What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We have a lot to talk about today. First things first, Bitcoin is exploding again. It broke above $51,000 a coin. We saw some awesome moves out of MARA and then Coinbase stock. Even the market had a pretty good day today. So overall, we're going to be covering the best plays for tomorrow and some pretty great news that happened today. But before we get started, let us know what stocks you are watching in the comments down below. Let us know what stocks you're dip buying. Just let us know in the comments down below so we can cover them in tomorrow's video. And if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. We post brand new videos every single day. But Tom, what's going on with this Bitcoin like crazy momentum?
Yeah, this is absolutely nuts. And Bitcoin actually broke out above 50,000, which everyone's been waiting for it to kind of break that resistance for a while now. We actually got a nice run all the way up to 51,400 today. And this actually came as US Bank, the fifth largest retail bank in the nation, announced today that they're pretty much adding a cryptocurrency custody service, and they're pretty much allowing their fund managers and stuff to store different crypto assets and different crypto wallets and codes and stuff like that. So it's just awesome to see them kind of really implementing crypto into their kind of business. And, CNBC went on to report that, in quotes, the move is the latest sign that the established financial players are beginning to accept cryptocurrencies as a legitimate asset class. And I think that's pretty true. We're starting to see big banks like JP Morgan and different big banks like that start to really talk about Bitcoin, get into it, even invest into it a little bit. So it's really interesting to see this happening. And, we're getting to the point where Bitcoin is actually getting pretty well established. And I think that with these banks just adding stuff like this, it's really helping investors and different institutions put more money into Bitcoin, because if all these big banks are supporting it, I mean, that's always a good thing to see.
You know it. So either way, there's a bunch of momentum with it. But in terms of the stock market, stocks like MARA are really, they normally pop off when Bitcoin moves like this. And we could see it's up 11% on the day. So definitely keep this one on your watch list. And then also Coinbase, COIN. This one was up around 5% on the day. So definitely keep these two on your watch list.
Yeah, definitely. And Coinbase is at some pretty key levels, and they've been trading between a range lately. And man, I'll be honest, on the max daily chart, Coinbase is pretty low down here by support. It honestly seems like a pretty good long-term play, or, if you wanted to sell some puts or get some shares for it, it seems like a pretty good setup.
Yeah, and then another one is Netflix, Tom. So this stock is exploding up. They don't have like any crazy major news right now, but I know that there is a ton of hype with their newer show, Squid Game. I watched it myself. I thought it was pretty cool, and it's going viral basically, and the stock's exploding up. So this one has a bunch of momentum, so definitely keep it on your radar.
Yeah, and we always see every couple of years, there's a new show that kind of leads the headlines, and it's cool to see that Netflix is kind of taking advantage of that with this new show. And definitely check it out, guys. It's pretty interesting. But overall, like you said, Netflix is really breaking out to new highs, and I really hope that they can continue this tomorrow and maybe break above 640. But talking about these tech stocks, we actually have some more drama going on with Facebook, and senators actually came out today and said that with all the whistleblower comments and everything, they actually want to hear from Zuckerberg himself. And the outages yesterday on Facebook were actually caused by configuration changes on the backbone routers, Facebook said in an apology statement today. And they did also come out and say that they're sorry to everyone that, they kind of went down for a few hours there. But either way, Facebook recovered up a little bit today, but it seems like the drama is still not over. All these senators now are pretty worried about the whole situation, and we'll have to see what ends up coming out of this. It's just a weird catalyst for them.
For sure. So very interesting there. And then I know that everything going on with Congress is all over the place, Tom. What's going on with all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff going through Congress. They talked about all these different bills getting passed. They finally passed that funding bill to keep the government funded through December, I believe it was. And right now, we have Janet Yellen actually coming out and saying that we're going to face a pretty steep recession if Congress does not address the debt limit within 2 weeks. And I know they're talking about possibly raising or lowering the debt limit, or possibly even abolishing it, just so that they can continue to borrow as much as they want. But Republicans in Congress are really fighting back on this, refusing to give in on this, because obviously, if we just keep borrowing money for nonstop forever, of course, at some point, something's going to give. But for right now, they're saying that we could have a pretty steep recession if something doesn't get passed. So lots of weird stuff going on right now, but just be careful because there's lots of talks right now about a potential default and different stuff like that. And I know that the chances of that happening are very, very low, but if we don't get this debt limit raised, they're saying that that could happen.
Very interesting. So, lots of big news across the board. The main thing is that the market is up today. It was up around 1% or so, and we did see a lot of stocks pop back up, which was great to see. So, let's get right into our member of the day for today, which is Damper Wings. So, huge shout out, Damper Wings. Thanks for being a great member of the Stocked Up Discord. You're very active, and you always have great things to say. So, huge shout out to you, and thanks for being a great member. Tom and I really appreciate it. And then, Tom, let's get right into the momentum plays for tomorrow. And with the first one, we have BABA.
Yeah, and Baba actually has a really nice upper resistance right around 144. So make them break right above that.
All right. And then with the next one, we have MARA.
Yep. And with Mara, go ahead and make them break out above, let's just say 37.50. If they break 37.50 in pre-market, then make them break above 38 even.
All right. And then with the last one, we have COIN.
COIN, Coinbase. This stock actually has a really nice level right here, right at $240. It actually poses a really good resistance the other day. And with the way Bitcoin is running, if we break 240 tomorrow on Coinbase, I could see a pretty nice run. Now, it might break this in pre-market. So if it does, like let's say we open up tomorrow around 241, then make it break out above 242.
Sounds good. So we're watching these three plays for potential day trades to the upside, only if they break above the levels Tom listed. But let's get right into the comments from the previous video. With the first comment, we have Wasan saying, I bought 200 shares of CHPT. So looking at CHPT, it has definitely been struggling a lot over the past couple of months, and it's at a pretty good level right now, and I think that it's very smart that they bought shares rather than options, given that the stock has been struggling a lot lately, and the options definitely aren't cheap on this one.
Yeah, they're not. And right now, like you said, Mike, they're starting to really break this support to the downside. So we might see some consolidation for a couple weeks or even a couple months. So I'm really glad that he got shares too. But overall, it seems like a pretty decent setup here. And, if you like these stocks for the long term, a lot of these stocks like CHPT, BLNK, and others, they are right around supports or just falling below. So they are at good levels for the long term. It's just hopefully they can get a nice turnaround eventually.
Alrighty, and then we have Bomi saying, great work, guys. What do you think about buying 2023 leaps for Apple? So to be completely honest with you, I'm not a fan of it. I think that there are other stocks out there that are much better for leaps. A couple of them would be like DraftKings, Corsair, and Boeing. Those are some of my favorite stocks right now. And I feel like Apple, yes, they're a great company, a great stock, but when you look at the pricing on some of these leaps, you still need a pretty decent move for them just to break even. So honestly, unless you're going to go deep in the money with Apple leaps, then I would just find other stocks like DraftKings, Corsair, or Boeing, but always trust your gut.
Yeah, and if Apple falls down a little bit more, it could make for some better opportunities. Like if we see Apple maybe come down to their 130 support or maybe 120 over the next few months, then I think it might be a little bit better. But for right now, especially with everything going on in Congress and stuff, I feel like that, especially with rates possibly rising and stuff, that can really affect these tech stocks in a bad way.
You know it. And then we have Bsquare saying, great video, guys. What do you think of SOFI and then Lucid for the short term and the long term? So I would definitely consider both of them for the long term. And for the short term, SOFI isn't moving too much, so I don't see a ton of opportunity with that one. And then Lucid is kind of, I guess you could say stagnant as well. So I just think the best way to go with both of these is just some short put options. So selling to open, not buying the put options, looking to potentially short them as a cash secured put.
Yeah, I think that would be a good way to go too, especially with Lucid. I really think that there's a lot of potential for both of these companies for the long term. And, Lucid has honestly gotten a lot of traction lately. So hopefully they can start to get some nice pops to the upside. And I know SOFI has been super, it's been super popular. People have been talking about it a lot. And it's also been trading between a range between like $15 and $18. And I would say right now, we're like Mike said earlier, we're kind of like right in the middle. So it's going to be hard to trade it in the short term, but for the long term, they're both kind of low right now and at pretty decent levels.
Here we go. So, Tom, we have a lot going on in the market. Like, what are some of the top stocks that you have on your radar right now?
With the way the SPY popped back up today, I'm really keeping an eye on VXX right now. I know that it's pretty crazy, but there's lots of crazy stuff going on with the market, with Congress, with potential defaults and everything going on. With the way VXX is starting to pop back down a little bit, it might make for a pretty good buying opportunity sometime soon, just as a nice little hedge play. But I'm also keeping my eye on Netflix tomorrow for those all-time highs, like we talked about earlier. And also, I'm really eyeing up DraftKings, which is right around their $50 support slash resistance. We've been sitting down here for a long time, and we had a nice move back up today. So maybe we'll be seeing a pretty nice swing back up sometime soon. Whenever I look at the daily chart, I love to see some green momentum coming in here, and I'd love to see it start to swing back up towards like that 55 resistance.
Alrighty, so I really have RCL on my radar. This one's been doing awesome over like the past month or so, and I'm looking for it to hold this $90 support and hopefully see like a retest of 95 or so.
Yeah, that would actually be awesome. And these cruise lines have been moving very well. And if we hold that 90 support, I would not be surprised to see a pretty nice move back up. And, it looks like we're trying to come back up and retest that resistance right around 100. So that would make for a pretty nice move.
You know it. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to try out our bots that include daily option swing trades, day trades, order flow bots, and a great community, check out the first link in the description and the comments down below. We are doing a coupon sale right now. The coupon is automatically applied with the link in the description and the comments down below. You'll save around $40. So definitely check it out. And if you guys have any questions, let us know in the comments down below. But other than that, thanks for watching.